today I want to talk about the Devil's Punch Bowl out of Natchez, Mississippi. During the Civil War, the African Americans were freed from slavery, and Natchez went from a population of about 10,000 former slaves to about 120,000 overnight. The city felt that it was completely overwhelmed, and as a result, Union soldiers basically opened a concentration camp. They had these really, really deep land areas in Mississippi that were kind of shaped like bowls. They put women and children in one bowl or some bowls, and they put men in the others. They basically forced the men to work to death, and they starved them as well. The women and children had walls built around them so that they were not able to get out. They died from massive diseases. I'm going to give you a part two because there's more to this story. So part two of the Devil's Punch Bowl in Natchez, Mississippi. So when these people died down in these punch bowl areas, they were actually not moved. They were not allowed to be buried. So basically people were dying, and bodies were just dying on top of bodies. And these people were having to watch other people starve to death. And to this day, there are still bodies down there. Those bodies, those 20,000 bodies, nobody was ever buried. And if you go to Natchez, Mississippi, you can see the deep dugouts. So you can see those actual punch bowls. The very strange part about it is there are actually plantation homes that line this road that sit in front of and next to the punch bowl. There's also a Confederate cemetery that is very beautiful, very well taken care of in Natchez, Mississippi. It is immaculate exhibit that sits across from and on top of these graves as well. Part three of the Devil's Punch Bowl. So while these plantation homes have become bed and breakfast places, and this Confederate cemetery is immaculately beautiful, there is actually no recognition. There's no marker. There's no nothing that indicates where the Devil's Punch Bowl is. We were able to find it whenever an older man actually pointed it out and told us about it, and told us that there is no marker. As we stood on the edge looking at that site, I was absolutely moved to tears just to look over. You can see the river, and it is said that when it rains a lot and the river fills up and goes into the punch bowl area, because it is along the Natchez River, then bones do float up. There are peach trees that actually grow in this area, but nobody will eat the peaches because they know it is fertilized by the dead bodies of African Americans. Okay. So this is me actually standing in front of one of the areas that is the punch bowl. And literally, not even a foot behind me, it drops straight down. So that's why I didn't want to get too close to it. And it is so overgrown with bushes and trees that you cannot really even see down there anymore. You can look toward the back, and that is the river behind me. But that's just, and the man said that it's about a 4-mile stretch. And so when you drive the 4 miles, that's how you go behind the plantation homes and behind the grave sites that are all specially marked by the community and preserved and have special signs up. But there is not one sign about the Devil's Punch Bowl. Not one on that 4-mile stretch. And the man said that you just have to drive along and you can see the drop downs, and those are the spots where they're located, the punch bowl. So I just wanted to follow up by saying that this person found a link where there's actually a petition for 1,000 signatures to make this a memorial site. I don't know what the steps are, but I figure we can start by getting those 1,000 signatures. And so far they only have 26. When I add mine in a minute, that'll be 27. So hopefully you guys can get on board and sign the petition too. And that's a starting point for making this a memorial site. So thank you to everybody who's been sharing feedback, and I'll be back tomorrow with whatever I can share. Happy Black History Month.